Hi there, I'm Clarice and you're on the Live Ready YouTube channel, and today I'm going to build what we call a kraal in South Africa, and it's a method that you can employ to keep your campsite safe even from apex predators on your next camping trip or if you're bugging out in the wild. When you're choosing a place to set up your campsite, make sure that it's not too close to water because all of the animals will track towards the water as well, and you don't want them coming through your campsite at night. So quite a good idea is just to be sure that you're not on a game path or near a beaten track where you can see the animals go towards the water, and not too close to water either. Hey, what do you think? I think this is a good place. You want some water? Previously I told you that the leopards in the area here are much smaller than the savanna leopards and they're not as likely to attack a human. That is true, however, there are still predators and we still have to be wary of the apex predators in our environment. And not just them, but also smaller things like snakes, scorpions and spiders. Recently I heard of a story where a man was attacked in the mountains. He was pulled off of his bike. A leopard attacked him from behind, and that is in this area. So we do still have to be wary, and if we are going to set up a campsite in the wilderness, it's really important for us to make sure that there is some sort of security around our campsite. Now, while there are all kinds of things that you can use to make your campsite safer, I'm going to show you how to build a kraal today, and it's something that the Zulu people in South Africa have always used in order to keep their cattle safe. They bring them into the camp at night and then they take them out in the morning again. And what it is, it's basically just a fence made of thorn bushes, and the thorn bushes are really prickly to the animals and they know the thorn bushes and the plants in the area. So the animals are not as likely to attack livestock that are in a thick thorn bush hedge. And it's something that you can also do in order to make your campsite a little bit safer, is to put up a thorn hedge around your campsite. And there are various ways that you can do this. You can take the time to actually whittle away some poles and things for yourself so that you have enough upright poles that you can use for your fence. Or you can just drag some thorny hedges or thorn bushes or branches from thorn trees into a circle and enclose the area where you plan to camp. Now when you do this, make sure that you don't have something nearby the perimeter of your camp that an animal can use to climb in or over your hedge, like a tree. Our big cats around here climb trees, so if I build a hedge and there's a tree just outside of my hedge, then any leopard or any lion can climb that tree and jump into the enclosure. I've chosen this area to build a kraal because I think it's a relatively good place to set up a campsite. There's a river about 100 meters away. It's not on any game trails, and although there is a nice clearing here, I haven't noticed any tracks or spoor that tells me that there is game moving in or to and from the river in this area. And you can also use things to block off game paths or to divert traffic away from your campsite. Just be sure that you don't divert them right into your campsite. So I'm using the plants and the bushes that are already here. This thicker part here in the bush, there's a dead plant over here. I'm using what I've got in my environment to start creating the perimeter of my kraal. And just remember to leave yourself a door, don't close yourself in. I recommend setting up 4 points for yourself so that you have an idea of where the perimeter of your kraal is going to run. And as you drop branches or debris, weave the branches into one another in such a way that it's really difficult to get them separated. That way it makes it more difficult for a predator to get through your perimeter. The disadvantage of building a kraal out in the open and avoiding having trees inside or near your kraal is that it can be quite easy to spot a circular man-made structure. So if you're planning to stay concealed, you might actually give yourself away by building a kraal out in the open. So try to find a way to use the bushes and the natural plant growth as a fence. Even if you have some measure of safety for your campsite, remember that we shouldn't take chances by leaving things like food out of our campsite or food around our campsite. Don't clean fish near your campsite. Don't cook near your campsite, because whatever predators are in the area are going to be drawn to your camp because of the smell of your food. And even things like toiletries can have scents that can lure animals. Another thing that lures animals is the smell of water. So be very careful of leaving open sources of water out outside of your camp, because it might actually draw the animals to your camp. If you have to store food near your campsite, store it in a tree, hang it up a couple of meters away from the tree and a couple of meters up off the ground so that predators can't get to it. And try to make sure that it is at least 100 meters away from your campsite. God gave humans an advantage over the animals, and that's intelligence. So we can use our intelligence to outwit the animals. You can go ahead and make this as thick and as difficult to get into and out of as you want. Just remember to leave yourself a door. Well, that's it from me, and this is how we build a kraal in Africa. I hope that you found some useful safety tips in this video. Remember to hit subscribe and like our videos, and until the next time, live ready.